Hello travelers, Boardman21 here, and today let's discuss the updating of the Druid class's transform abilities, which was recently posted on the LE forums. We're working hard on the Druid class. While much of this work is being done by our development team, the artists are pitching in with all new models being created for both Werebear form and Spriggan form. Now let's not read too hard into that, but it sounds like there's a lot more than just this artwork that's being worked on, and I'm pretty excited to see that we might be getting a lot more reworked or added to the Druid class. And I, for one, could definitely see an entirely new passive tree being put in without a problem. I'd also like to see the skill selection between being in a form and not being in a form somehow a little more synergistic than it is in its current form. These will be occupied by new animations and visual effects, bringing these up to a more modern standards such as those enjoyed by the Rogue class. And as you can see by this concept art, the bear is definitely looking a bit beefier. Look how big he is. Absolutely huge. The model is huge, almost 3 times the size of the actual Primalist himself. And if you've played with the Primalist, you know he's not a very small character either. So these models are quite huge, and you can see they're more realistic. Granted, these aren't GIFs, they don't actually move, you can't see the actual animation, but it looks like they're definitely going to have some really good animation artwork for the actual animation of the skill charge and the model of the bear going into a charged form. It looks like he even gets down on all fours while he does it. Werebear form is being made to look like a larger, sturdier, and more realistic shape-shifted form, to the extent that shape-shifting can be made to look realistic, and you can definitely see that in the concept art that they have. It will also be a significantly more detailed, higher quality model. Spriggan form is being made to still look like a Spriggan, but one that is approximated by the spell cast by a human. It is a more human-looking face with greenery resembling hair and a beard. Hostile Spriggans, or Spriggan enemies out in the world of Edera, are getting more visually updated as well, so that their new models will look notably different from the one being used by the Primalist. And if you've noticed this in Arena or when you're on the maps and you have like your summon Spriggan out, they almost look identical. Sometimes you can't tell the difference between your pet and the Spriggans that you're fighting. And then for the artwork of the Spriggan, you can see he also looks a little bit more human-like. He's definitely got that human-looking face, but he is also himself much beefier, and his model is much bigger. You can see it's kind of hard to tell from the photo, but he looks much taller and definitely wider than the Primalist himself. In fact, he's 2 to 3 times bigger in mass than what the Primalist is. And then there's one last sentence at the bottom. Acolyte fans, you haven't been forgotten. Now, we can read into that a lot of different ways. That could just be a simple thing that we know Sarno likes the Acolyte, and it's just that they haven't been forgotten, but it's not being worked on right now. It could be that there's also something in the works going on there as well, and if they're working on transform abilities, maybe that means that Reaper form right now is also being looked at. Perhaps even the entire class in general is being worked on by the development team as well as the Druid class, but really hard to tell. Little Easter eggs like that without any details. You can read into it a lot, but you don't really know. But still looking forward to transformations, especially the Werebear and the Spriggan, being updated to look really, really good. What do you guys think? Do you like them? Do you think it's going to look awesome? How excited are you? Is this going to be, even if they didn't fix anything else with them, something that would get you to try them out and play them if you haven't already? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, stay safe, travelers.